Is the camera going to be on?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
वालेकुम अस्सलाम
भाई क्या हाल है?
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह आप सुनाएं
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह।
Assalamu alaikum.
वालेकुम अस्सलाम।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम
Alhamdulillah, how are you?
Alhamdulillah.
How's everyone?
Everyone is good, mashallah. So almost
Alhamdulillah.
Friday. Time is flying.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
वालेकुम अस्सलाम
Bye-bye, how are you?
Alhamdulillah. Yeah. Welcome.
We'll just wait for a few more minutes and
Sure.
start. 6 people are here. Okay, so today, I think you will find these extra buttons like yes, no, go slower, go faster. Yeah, do you see those?
Which buttons?
There is a, like on my participant list, if you click on the participants, you have
Okay.
buttons like yes, no, go slower, go faster.
Oh, on the bottom, yes.
Yes.
So-
So this is called non-verbal feedback. Like if I say, can you hear me? You can say, you can click on yes. And that means you're telling me without saying anything that yes, you can hear me.
Okay.
So
Thank
this
you.
is a feature of the Zoom meeting software. So I just found out, so I turned it on for us. So because sometimes I'm asking a question and maybe you're mute and you take a time, it takes time to unmute yourself. So you can simply click on something like that, right? So, okay, still 6 people. What's going on, guys? Okay. نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Alhamdulillah, once again we are here and we had a good session on Monday. I hope we learned something and we did.
Yes, mashallah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah, brother. How are you?
वालेकुम अस्सलाम
Brother, did I miss invitation, a Zoom invitation, or?
No, I sent it around 5 p.m. or around that time after Maghrib.
I have not received, maybe.
Oh, interesting.
I did receive.
Okay, no worries. How did you log on? The same account?
Just using last week's.
Yeah, I normally don't change the meeting invite information. So if you have it, Alhamdulillah, you are good.
Yeah, I just saw your message that you are online, so I thought,
Oh.
first I thought maybe the class is somehow not happening this week.
Okay, no worries. Inshallah, we are starting now. Okay, so today's lesson, last time we did the Quran and Surah Al-Baqarah. Today, I would like to switch back to a little bit of grammar. Yeah, and for that, we want to continue our discussion of the verb families. Okay, and since we are only talking about this, so we'll go a little slow, and at the same time, I would request everyone to open their minds and put their worries aside and just take it as a something you nice to learn, and because nobody is testing you on this and it's your own effort, but it would be nice to have a piece of paper and a pen. Okay, and let's try to capture the essence of this, and why are we doing this, and what do I need to know? And then you can ask yourself this question: do I need to memorize this, or do I need to know this, or how do I deal with it in the future? So it's your own call. I know that people who are learning any language, there are certain things they have to memorize, certain things they have to practice, certain things they have to read, certain things they have to write, and certain things you have to do all of the above, right? So we've been talking about verb families, and then we talked about there are, let's say we divided into two categories. We said three
3 letter.
letter verbs, and then we said three letter plus one, two, or three let additional letters verbs. Is this hard to understand so far? No, right? Okay. All of a sudden I lost feedback. So can somebody second that what we have learned, what we are trying to learn is we are trying to learn the verb families, and they can be of two kind. One kind is the three letter verbs. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. And the other one is also three letters, but we are adding some more letters to the verb too. And what is the purpose? To get
Different meanings.
more vocabulary, right?
More of them. Yeah.
Yeah. And in this category, we had 6 families. How many families?
6.
6 families.
नहीं मुझे पता है आप जॉब पे हो
Okay, so 6 families from 3 letter verbs. Now, if I go on the side here and I start writing something in English, and you'll start to see some pattern here. It may not be the best example, but I'm trying to explain myself. So there is a noun called money. Yeah. Then we can also say monetary. Can I say that?
Monetary.
Monetary. Can I
Monetary.
say monetization?
Yeah.
Can I say money wise?
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
you can see that even in English, we have one simple thing, but then we need more meanings from there, or we need to use in a different way so we can derive from the same different other words, and they have some different meanings. Is that making sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to put this concept clear in our head that, okay, if I am learning Arabic language, and obviously I have to deal with words, some of them are nouns, some of them are harf, some of them are verbs. So when I'm dealing with verbs, if I have a limited set of vocabulary, I can draw that from here. But when I need variations like these or more meanings, I have to come up with new families. Is that clear so far?
Yeah.
Okay, because if this concept is clear in your mind, then you would not struggle that why do I have to learn this? Or why am I doing this? Or you tell yourself, oh, this is not for me. No, those thoughts you should put aside and you say, okay, I'm learning a language. The language has something to offer, and I just need to know. Okay, so when we deal with families, there are certain specific things you need to know. For example, I'm going to take the one family today. I'm going to call it the one we are very comfortable with.
And so
Okay. So we are very comfortable with this, right? So if we look at the family members, there are some basic things we need to know. So we need to know, for example, Mazi. Agree?
Yeah.
Okay. We also need to know Mudare. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, good.
And have
Then,
had experience. Consider a career intended.
okay, then when we are dealing with verbs, do we know, do we need to know about the doer
Yes.
or the subject? Yeah.
Yes.
So we know that Madi and Mudare, they have doers and they also have objects, right? What do we call doer in Arabic?
File.
File. What do we call object in Arabic?
Maf'ul.
Maf'ul. Yeah. Now, if there is a file, then there must be a name for it. Okay. So we need to know the ismul file. Ismul file mean name of subject. And I'm going to give you an example and then it'll start to make sense. Then we also know that there has to be ism
Maf'ul.
maf'ul, which means name of object. Brother Javed.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay,
Hello?
so you've been very quiet recently, so I'm just making sure that you are with me. Okay. Are you grabbing this concept so far?
It's difficult for me, but I'm trying to grasp whatever I can. Yeah.
That is exactly what we are trying to do. We are trying to make it easy, right? So this is some highlight map, and I'm mashallah, you're an engineer, you can understand. I'm just drawing a map of how to understand these things, and then we will give some examples to make it easy. So then we also have a fail, right? What do we call fail? A verb is a fail, right? So then do we have a name of a verb? Do we have a name of the verb?
Yeah, Masdar.
We call it masdar. Now, who is not clear on this so far? You know, we need to talk. Brother Altaf or somebody else, anybody who are we clear on this so far? If we are not clear, then what is our confusion?
No, that's
I
okay.
think we will be more clear if we take one example. I'm
good.
clear, but if we take one
Okay,
example
all right. Okay. Then
and do it.
we'll take example of all of this.
Yeah.
So I also forgot, or let's talk about more things. When you have Madi, you have two branches. You have the active and you have the passive. Okay. Active is known as maruf and the passive is known as majhul. Did we talk about majhul in the past? Yes, we did. Okay, so mudare also have active and we have passive, and same thing maruf and majhul. Okay, when you have active, how many children we have? 14. And how many children for majhul? 14. How many children for active? For madi? 14. And for majhul? 14. Okay, so we're still continuing with the tree. Mudare, we have two more things. We have Fele Amr and we also have Fele Nahi. Meaning do, command, and don't.
Don't do command.
Don't do command. Okay. So I'm only talking about the 3 root families which we are comfortable with, the 6 families. So if they have these members, these are their family structure. This is their family tree. And that is what I'm trying to make sense out of. That we have a family tree. Yeah.
So,
go
Brother
ahead,
Abid,
yes.
For fail Amar and fail Nahi,
Yeah.
do we have again 14 underneath?
Not 14, but we may have 3 for male and 3 for female.
So 6.
Yes, because Fele Amr will come out of the second
So
person.
you're
only.
second person only.
Yeah. So for be singular for dual and for plural for
Jama.
male, and then same thing for female. Yeah, you cannot order yourself. You could, but when we talk about do command, we're talking mostly about the people in front of us. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So keeping this tree in mind, if I start to put this into perspective, then let's talk about Mazi for a second. Mazi, and then I'm going to call it Maruf. Okay, in the bracket, I'm going to say active, right? When you say Maruf and active, that means the subject is known. And the example is Nasara. What is the meaning of this?
He helped.
He helped. In this, do we know the subject? Subject
Yes.
is file, right? We know the subject. So we know that this is Mazi Maruf. This is Mazi active voice. The example of Mazi Majhul, which is passive, it is Nusira. Actually, Nusira. Got it? That means he was helped. So far, so good?
Yes, Alhamdulillah.
Okay, good. So, yeah, so if I ask you,
Hey,
okay,
I will understand confused. Shouldn't and letter be Shadda on it for this, like to be like he was helped, Nusira or what?
Nusira.
No,
Because
without the Shadda?
yeah, there's no Shadda. Because we are talking about Bab Nasara, right? We are only talking about the 6 families, Bab Nasara. Okay. So again,
He was helped, isn't it form 2?
huh?
He was helped, isn't it form 2?
No.
Like he was taught. Remember, we were learning that what is the difference between that thing that you were teaching us and this one when you were translating he was helped.
Yes.
Like he was taught.
Okay.
Correct?
So this is Bab Nasara. Okay. And we're not talking about the other families yet. So once we start making this chart for every family, then we can compare page side by side and then we'll know what was that. So all I'm saying to you, when you are learning Arabic and you are learning verbs, you have to deal with 2 kind of families. One with the 3-letter verbs and one where there are 3 letters, but there are additional words to make more vocabulary. When you have a family, you have a family tree. In that family tree, you need to know all of these things to start making sense of different things. You need to know Madi, you need to know Mudare, you need to know the Ismul file, you need to know Ism Maf'ul, you need to know Masdar. When you come to Madi, you have active voice and passive voice, and you have 14 variations of each. Mudare, active voice, passive voice, and 14 variations of each. Then mudare, you also have fele amr and fele nahi. And this is what we are trying to now draw the examples. Okay, so play along and then we will switch back and forth to answer your question. If I want to talk about mudare active, is gonna be, who can tell me?
Yansuru.
Yansuru, he helps,
Helps or he will help.
he will
Help.
help. Okay, or he is
Helping.
helping. This is so far so good. Now, when we say mudare majhul, which is passive, the pattern will become yunsaru, meaning he is being helped, he will be helped, something like that. Got it? Question on this?
This is present.
You guys are more familiar with the top line because that's where we have been focusing most of the time. We did not spend too much time on the majhul, so I don't expect you to know too much about the majhul, but are you familiar with nasara yansuru?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you make 14 out of nasara?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you make 14 out of yansuru?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So now if we have looked at this and we have given one example of each of here, and then we looked at that and we give the example of that. Yeah. So what will be the ismul file? Okay. Ismul file is the name of the doer, right? And here nasara mean something to do with the help. In English, if you want to give me the name of the subject, what will be the name of the subject?
He.
Helper, right?
Oh, helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the helper is known as Nasir. Got it? What are your root letters? Noon, Sadra.
Sadra.
Yes. So if I want to say, guys, tell me the ismul file for Bab Nasara, you're going to say is Nasir,
Nasir.
meaning the helper. And is it the name of the file? Like, is it the guy who is doing the work? You are more familiar with this. Let's say, what is this? Ibadat,
Ibadah.
right? Or Ibadah.
Ibadah.
The person who does Ibadah is known as Abid. Yes, so that is the is file.
Oh, fine.
Okay. If I want to say what is my isme maf'ul, the person who was helped, object who was helped, that will be
Mansur.
Sur.
Got it? Got it? Okay. Now, if I want to talk about the masdar, we said masdar is normally written in the nasab format. Yes. So it will become nas run, meaning to help. Nasran. Are you with me so far? Brother Altaf, are these examples helping you understand now?
Oh, yeah, it's very helpful.
Okay, so I gave you this, I gave you this, I gave you all of this, the ism fa'il, ism maf'ul, and masdar, right? So now, what is left? The fi'l amr. Fi'l amr will be unsur, help. Got it? And am I giving it command to one guy, one person?
Yes.
Male, singular. Un suru, you all help. Un sura, to you to help. So how many these are? 3 for male. Can I also get 3 for female? Un suri, un surna. Remember that? Un surna, un sura. So that will be for the female. Questions on that?
We are good.
Who was that? Javed bhai? Who said we were good?
I said it.
Mashallah. So are you just saying it or you really are good with this?
No, this I think this summary that you're giving of all the table is very, very useful because kind of ticking or putting everything together in one, but bird's eye view of everything.
Okay, that's good. Now everybody else, because see, if we don't understand any of this, no harm. We can always discuss it. That is why we are a team, and we still have half an hour. And today I'm only dedicating for this because if you do not understand the overall picture, then doesn't matter what I give it to you, you're gonna be lost. So right now we're doing this for Nasara, right? Then we could do this whole thing for any other 3 root letters as long as I tell you the bab. Yes, brother Afzal.
Yeah, I was going to say, brother, I know we should know it, and I probably if I get back to my notes, I will. But just to keep everything on one page, can you also add a Pele Amar for female?
Yeah, I did.
I know.
Oh, you mean?
And,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
But
we'll
if you
do that.
can, yeah.
Yes, we will do that. But let me just give you a more concise picture of this. Okay. So first, I'm gonna continue with this so that we have one straight concept going on. So, for example,
So,
I'm going
Brother
to give
Abid,
you. Yes, sir.
Brother Abid,
Yeah.
maybe if we have a full kind of a matrix or table,
Yes.
and we can start filling everything, and it could be a reference table.
Yes.
Like not only one, it could be all 14 for each one, and covering all those 7 or 8 areas which we talked in one table.
Yes. Yes, we have it, and I'll point it out again. So right now I'm writing certain things in a one line so that we can all see the big picture and try to understand.
Muzare. Masdar.
Okay. Nasara,
Mazi.
Yansuru, Nasran,
Mudare.
Fahuwa
Masdar.
Nasir. Okay. What is that? Nasara, Madi,
Mazi.
Yansuru, Mudare, Nasran,
Mudare.
Masdar, Fahuwa
Masdar.
Nasir, Ismul Fa'il.
Ismul
Can
Fa'il.
you guys see that? Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Okay.
Why we are using Fahova?
Just to say he is the helper. You don't have to say it.
Okay.
Answer. Yeah. Nusira, which is majhul. I'm not gonna put madi. It's the passive. Nusira, yun, Saru. Nasran, same thing. Masdar is the same. Then the object will be man,
So
mansurun. Okay, because we in Arabic, when we write words completely, we have to put, right, not Muslimun, kitabun. So nasirun, mansurun. If I just put nasir, that is also acceptable. If I say mansur, that is also acceptable. Got it? Then, so this is passive madi, passive mudare, still the masdar. That's the object name. Isme maful. Got it?
Yeah.
Then un, sur, and the nahi
La.
was la,
La. Tun.
an, sur. Help, don't help. Got it? So now this is a more concise list of this. Can we understand this? What is this, Brother Afzal? Let's talk about this, Brother Afzal. Nasara.
Nasara,
Yeah, what is it?
brother, that's active, Mazi.
That's active Madi, mashallah.
Yeah.
What about this?
Yansuru is Majhul.
No.
No,
It's
Yansuru.
still active. This line is all active, right? Yansuru.
Okay.
That is mudare.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right.
What is Nasran?
Nasran is fail.
Nasran is masdar.
Oh, Mastar, yeah, okay.
What is masdar?
Basically,
The name of the fail.
where is it? Yeah, name of the field. Yeah, okay.
Nasir,
File.
ismul file,
The
not
file.
file. You're going to say the whole thing. You're going to say ismul file.
Oh, okay.
Ism is the name, right? If I say, what is your name? You're going to say, my name is Afzal. Yes? So
Okay.
Nasir is the file name for these three root letter word, which is Nasara. Okay, now let's do the translation. Nasara, he helped.
Yeah,
Yansuru,
he will be helped.
no, he helps
Will
or
help.
he will help. Because
Oh,
it's
he,
active.
okay. He, like present and future.
And
Yes,
future.
because the mudare is present and future tense.
Yeah.
Nasran, what is the meaning of Nasran?
Nasran is fail to help.
To help. Yes.
Yeah.
To help.
Nasir,
Helper.
helper. In these three root letter, the name of the masdar will be, or the ismul file will be
Nasir.
Nasir, the person who is helping.
Will it be Nasir or Nasirun?
Okay. Now again, I let me explain that again. In Arabic, whenever you say something, you have to say it by default, the rafa status.
The first.
Okay.
So if you say Muslim, you are either going to say Muslimun or you're going to say Muslim.
Okay.
Okay. So Nasirun, and I remember I did that and I said Nasir is also acceptable.
Okay.
Yeah. Mansur or Mansurun is also acceptable.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Okay. So now, again, high level, we need to know these things for a given family. Doesn't matter it's a three root letter family or it is the additional family. They all going to have similar family members. They will have the similar family tree. So far with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, then I remember I said, what do I do with it now? Do I memorize it? Do I only know it? Do I write it down? What do I do with it? It
Practice.
all depends on your own discretion. a student of Arabic knowledge would do all of the above. He will try to memorize whatever possible. He will write it down regardless whether he understands or not, because writing is helpful. He will read it, he will practice it, and that is how with over time, these things will become second nature, right? Right now, with my current experience with Arabic, I am quite comfortable with the Mazi active, Mudare active, Ismul Fa'il, Ism Maf'ul, Masdar. Okay, Fele Amar, I'm okay. Fele Nahi, I'm okay. I am okay with the 14 active branches of Madi and Mudare both. So that is where I am. If you ask me about the additional families, I'm still struggling because I haven't practiced it enough. Yeah. So if you say Nasara, then I can say Nasara, Nasaru, Nasara, Nasara, Nasaru. Remember that? So can somebody help me with this? You know it already, but since you don't practice much, maybe you will stutter on this one. So Nasara, Nasara, Nasaru, Nasarat, Nasarat,
Nasar,
Nasarata, Nasar,
Nasarta, Nasar,
Nasarna, Nasarna, right? Then what was the second person, Brother Kabir?
Nasarat,
Nasarta,
Nasarta, Nasarta, Nasar,
Nasartuma,
Nasartuma, Nasartum, Nasartum,
Nasarti,
Nasartum, Nasarti,
Nasarta,
Nasartana, Nasarta, Nasartuna,
Nasartuna. And what is the first one? Nasartu,
Nasartu,
Nasarna.
Nasarna.
Okay. Yansuru, Yan.
Yes. Yansurna.
Okay, Yansuru.
Yansuru,
What was the second one?
Yansuru.
See, Mudare, we all a little bit rusty. Okay, Yansuru, Yansuruna for the third one. I'm forgetting the, I think I'm forgetting the Huma one. That's okay. Yansuru, Yansura, Yansuruna, something like that. Okay. Let me ask other people now. Who is there? Let's see. Mashallah, 13 people. Okay, Sister Fazilat, mashallah, she's here. So, Sister Fazilat, what is your understanding of this matter, what we are talking about here? Can you repeat some of the things you have learned?
I know some of, not 100%, maybe like 60, 70% of them
That is
I
fine.
know.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Just look, I am trying to make you familiarize with the tree structure today. I'm not asking a lot of details, but I give you examples so that you understand that what is the meaning of this tree and how do I read it. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So just tell me from this starting point, what did we start talking about here? Let me see what is your understanding.
Yeah, the word family with the 3 letters, and the other was 3 letters and some additional letter has added to the verb, and
Very
it
good.
has 6 families.
Yeah.
And in the families there is a Madi, Mudari, Ismi Fail, Ismi Ma'amul, and
Maf'ul,
Masdar.
Masdar. Okay.
Yeah. And
So
in the Mazi there is a passive and active.
very good.
Yeah, and then with the passive active, I'm little bit confused, not very clear with the
Okay.
masdar is a fail nahi. I'm okay with that too, but only majhul and majhul.
Okay. So for example, for now, majhul, forget about majhul for now. Just think about maruf. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
what did we talk about maruf? Then we said, okay, if this is a chart, what am I showing you here? Which bab I'm dealing with?
Nasara.
Bab Nasara. And then the active one, the bab Nasara is, the Madi is Nasara. Now, Nasara is the first one out of the 14, correct?
Yes.
And now you know how to make the 14. Nasara, Nasara, Nasaru. Yeah.
Yeah. Nasara, 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 Nasaru, Nasarat, Nasarta, Nasarna, Nasarta, nasartuma, nasartum. Nasarti, nasartuma, nasartunna. Nasartu, nasarna.
MashaAllah, very good. So this is what we have to practice. Now, one way of practicing is for the first few times or first few examples, write it down. But then rest of them, do it in your mind. Okay. So this way you will inshallah get a little bit more fluent with this. Okay. So Sister Sheen, are you there today? Would you like to participate? Okay. Brother Abrar, did you just join or you were there for a while?
I just joined. Sorry, I came a little bit late.
No worries. Okay, so
I
I'll
came about 10 minutes ago. No, actually 15 minutes ago.
okay, no worries. Let me get back to you. Okay, Sister Noshin, would you like to participate?
Assalamualaikum,
Welcome.
brother Ahmed. Recollecting, I'll just.
Yeah. So all I'm looking for is whatever I have spoken today. I'm just trying to understand that if you guys grasp the root message today.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the root message or what is the concept I'm trying to plant today?
Like for
About the
verb,
Yeah.
there with the three root letters,
Mhm.
you can make different words with
Yes.
different meaning, right?
Yes. Yes.
So like past tense, then you have got this present tense,
Mhm.
then there are different like an active, passive, but you go around with the same three root letters.
Yes.
This much I got
Perfect. No,
from
this is
this.
perfect.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
if I give you an example of a personal family tree, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you come to know a person, then what kind of tree in your mind comes? Okay, what is this person's family? The wife's
Yeah.
name, the father's name, the mother's name. Does he have any brothers and sister? What are their names, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the tree grows. What is the
Yeah.
name of his uncle? What is the name of the aunt? What is the name of the aunt's mother? So the tree can grow. So we are saying that when we are dealing with the verb families, these verb families will have at least these members by default. One of them will belong to Fele Madi because we need to use words in the past tense. When we're dealing with past tense, we can either use it in the active sense or in the passive sense. Active sense is maruf, meaning the subject is known. The action is done by the subject, right? I ate,
Yeah.
I slept, I walked, or something was done to me. I was given food or I was helped in walking, something like that. Passive voice when you are indirectly getting affected by that action. Majhul is something we did not talk about too much, so that is why everybody is rusty on that. But everything else we did was by default was maruf, by active. Okay. And then again, once we are done with the Madi, for each branch, we have the 14 variations. Why 14 variations? Because we have pronouns, right? Pronouns have three classes, the third person, second person, and first person. The third person, we have to deal with the male third person and the female third person. So if there are three of each, how many are there? Six, right?
Yeah.
6 for the third person, then 6 for the second person, that makes it 12. And 2 for the I and 1 for the I and 1 for the we. How many is that? 14. So you are talking about, you are going to say, he helped, those two men helped, those three men helped, these one woman helped, two women helped, or more than two women helped. That is what in the third person. So you want to say he helped me, he helped, and like the second person, like you helped, both of you helped, and all of you helped, male. So that will be the second person. And we have done that several times. And we are just trying to understand that, okay, these are the members. So if I'm introduced to a family, minimum I need to know about their Madi pattern, Mudare pattern. I need to know what will be the name of their file. I need to know what will be the name of their object. Similarly, when I said Nasara, Nasara means he helped. So what is the name of the action? The name of the action is Nasran, to help.
Yes, yes.
Then what is the person who helps, or the person who is helper? How do I name him? Nasir. Nasir will be based on this Nasara, right? You see that? Mansoor is the person who was helped. So this is the Ism Maf'ul. How do I give a command to somebody to help? I will say unsur. And again, this is the only command for the male singular. Yeah. So that is why it's known as Fi'l Amr. So this is the pattern. Now, we don't learn these patterns on the name of the family. Our default pattern is something like this. If I copy this, let me write down with a different color so that we are more familiar with this. Are we familiar with this?
Yeah, Fala, Fala.
Yep. Yeah. So fa'ala yaf'ulu. This will be right. And this will be fa'il. Fa'ilun. Brother Altaf, do you see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
Okay. So what did we say in the very beginning? That in Arabic, in order to learn the verbs, you have to deal with the default pattern of fa'ala. Fa, ain, and la. Yes. So when I am talking about now fi'l madi, I'm going to say fa'ala. When I'm going to talk about yaf'ulu, fa'lan, fa'il, fa'ilun. Then it will be fu'ila, fu'ila. That will become fu'ila. Yeah. What am I doing here? Am I not just playing with the substitution of the words or the letters, right?
Yeah.
Then it will be yuf. Yuf alu, right? That will be my which one I'm doing? I'm doing this one, right? That is my passive voice. So my passive voice will be yuf alu, and then it will be the same, and this will be maf'ulun, right? If I go with this, I'm going to say uf ul la la tufal. And this will be on the pattern of Bab Nasara, because we have our patterns when we, so this is all, if I substitute the noon saad ra with the fa ain lam, then okay. Let's do a quick example so that we are all on the same page. Okay. If we are still confused, that is okay. But I think we made some progress today. Do we agree that we made some progress today?
Yes.
Okay. And what about everybody else?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to give you some examples from this page. Okay. You know this. We have done this in the past, but we'll do it again. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Can you guys see this? Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
this is Bab Nasara. Yeah. And look at this. Let me see if I can go further down in there. Is it clear?
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
before it was clear.
Like this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So look at here. Mazi,
Nasara.
Mudare,
Yansur.
Amr, Ismul Fa'il,
Yansur.
Ismul Maf'ul,
Nasur.
Masdar.
Mansur.
Okay. They are still missing bunch of things. Aren't they missing bunch of things? There is no mention of majhul here.
Majhul. Yeah.
There is no majhul. And they did not talk about fail nahi. Got it? Okay. They're only saying in this chart, like brother Altaf was asking for a chart, is giving me a chart of Madi, Mudare, Amr, Ismul Fa'il, Ismul Maf'ul, and Masdar. Okay. Nasara, Yansuru, Unsur, Nasirun, Mansurun, Nasrun. Got it?
Yeah.
Balagha, Yablughu, Ublugh,
Logo.
Balighun. There is no maf'ul for it. Balughun. So when you say somebody is baligh, that means he has reached the age of bulugh, the age of
Bulugat.
maturity. Bulughat. Yes. Taraka, yatruku, uturuk, tarikun, matrukun, tarkun. What is tark? He left. You see that? So a person who leaves is tarikun. A person who was left, matruk. Yeah. Utruk, leave. La yatruk, don't leave.
Don't leave.
Okay. Hashara, yahshuru,
Yashuru.
uhshur, hashirun,
Ashurun.
mahshurun, hashrun.
Ashur.
Hashrun mean to collect. Mahshurun, the thing which was collected. Who is the collector? Hashir.
Ashir.
Uhshur, I'm saying collect.
Correct.
I'm giving you a
La.
number. Collect. Okay. Kharaja, I'm skipping one. Kharaja, yakhruju, ukhruj, kharijun. There is no maf'ul for that. And the masdar is kharjun.
Is it not makhruj?
They're not writing it here, so I don't know why they left it blank. Otherwise, they're pretty good with it, right? So they did not write makhruj, but sounds like a good option to me. Maybe they didn't have it. They didn't have a typo here. Okay. So let's go back to khalaqa. Khalaqa, yakhluqu, ukhluq, khaliqun, makhluqun, khalqun. Right? Khalqun, to create. Yakhluq, khalaqa, he created. Yakhluqu, he creates. Ukhluq, you create. I'm giving you an order. Create. Khaliqun, the person who creates. In our case, creator Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Makhluq, the creation.
Creation.
Yeah.
Okay. Dakhala, yadkhulu, udkhul, dakhilun, madkhulun, dakhul. Okay. Zakara, yazkuru, uzkur, zakirun, mazkurun, zikrun. I'm sure that after seeing these examples and being a person from Pakistan and pretty much reading these Arabic words day in, day out, now you start to see the big picture that what am I trying to tell you? That when you have a family, you need to understand their family members. Okay, here is the tree of their family members, right? So imagine from this one root tree, if you start doing the math, 14 plus 14, 28, 14, 56, 50, another 20. So how many words? And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're looking at close to 80, 70 words just from the family tree. Do you see that fact or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do I need to know to make these families? First of all, I need to know the family tree. Okay. If somebody asks me a question, if he asks me a question, and let's say the question is, and let's look at this together. Okay. The question is, Brother Altaf or whoever, I'm saying, I am giving you Bab Fataha. Yeah. That is Fa. Your job is to give me the Madi, family member Madi, Mudare, give me Amr, give me Ismul File, yeah, and then give me Ismi Maful and Masdar. Got it?
Yeah.
If I ask you these questions, what do you need to know? You need to know this information. And look, what is the first line? First line is our default pattern, Fa'ala. Yeah, Fa'ala, Yaf'alu, If'al, Fa'ilun, Maf'ulun, Fe'lun. Are you with me so far?
Yeah.
Now look at this. Fataha, Madi. Look what happened here. Only the substitution of the letter in the pattern. So this is our default pattern. Yaf'alu, Yaftahu. Is everybody with me so far? Are you guys following me what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Fataha, Yaftahu, Iftah, Fatihun, Maftuhun, Fathun. Fathun mean to be victorious or to get victory. Iftah also mean open. Fatah means also open. To open, Fathun. And Fatha also known as victory. Fateh. When we say Fateh, if we are talking in terms of a war, we're going to say the one who was victorious. But if we say Fatihun of a door, then what are we talking about? That he is the one who opened the door. He is the opener. Yeah? Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So again, the question is, how do I bring all of this in my life? Practice, practice, practice. In Pakistan and India, we used to have a method of ratta. Right, ratta?
Lagane ka.
Ratta lagane ka. MashaAllah. Today we are in the West, and imagine I can shamelessly say that ratta thing or the method of ratta, God is so successful here that Alhamdulillah we are doing a good job. But if you add the ratta with some sort of understanding, that is a bonus. Got it? So some of these you have to memorize. Okay, fa'ala, yaf'alu, if'al, fa'ilun, maf'ulun. Now, once I got a good understanding of this, doesn't matter what you throw at me, I'm just going to simply substitute and play a game, and I'll give you anything you gave it to me. Fataha, ja'ala, jama'a, zahaba, rafa'a, sahara. Then I also need to know the other family members. Perfect. I know. Okay. If I want to say go, I'm going to say izhab. Zahibun, the person who went, or the actor, the doer of the action of zahaba. Zihabun, to go. Rafa'a, to raise. If I want to say irfa, that means I'm saying raise something. I'm giving you a command. Rafi'un, the person who is the one who is raised. Marfu'un is the object which was raised. Okay. What do you call a magician in Arabic?
Sahir.
What do you got?
Sahir.
Sahir. Do you see the word Sahir here?
Yep.
Sahara, he did magic. Yasharu, he does magic. Ishar, do magic. Sahirun, the person who's doing magic. Mashurun, the person whose the magic is done upon. Sehrun is the act of magic, to do magic. I hope that I made it pretty clear and hopefully make you understand what am I going here with. Okay.
In the mother, why there is a kasra over here? Should it be a
Where it has to be kasra?
in the mother form of safar?
Okay. Now, masdar is a very complicated subject.
Okay. You know
Okay.
then.
So masdar, I'm just going to give you high level information about masdar. Masdar, when it comes to the strictly 3 root letter families, no set pattern. Most difficult to identify. Okay, so rely heavily on the dictionary.
Okay.
Okay, that is why the name of these 3 root letter families is not on the name of mother, but they are on the root letters. What do I mean? Nasara, Fataha, Samia, yeah. But remember the additional families. The name of the family is the name of masdar. If I say if alun, you don't need to look for masdar. If alun is the masdar. Got it?
Yeah.
So the additional family, the one benefit of the additional family that their name is the masdar. You do not have to worry about, okay, where is the pattern? Or do I need to look at the dictionary? No, you just know that if alun. So from if alun, I can make islamun. I can make insafun. Okay. Ikrarun. You see, I'm making the masdar here. Islam to submit, insaf to do justice, ikrar to accept something. So what information I gave you in the last couple of minutes, that in the 3 root letter families, masdar do not have a set pattern, is the most difficult to identify. So you have to rely heavily on the dictionary. That is why their name is not on the masdar name, they are named on the root letters. Yeah. However, in the additional families, one thing is easy, that the name of the family is the name of the masdar, or is the masdar. Brother Altaf, do you understand that part?
Yeah, it makes
So
sense.
So is there a benefit, right? That at least when you are dealing with the, Salasi Mujarrad or Salasi Mazid Fi family, you don't need to ponder about the masdar. You know the masdar right in front of you.
Yeah.
Sister Madiha, did you understand that concept?
Yes, alhamdulillah.
Okay, Brother Abrar.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did.
So, okay. Now I've sent you this book several times. But look at this. You see that? It has the detailed examples of the words, which we have done several times. So, dakhala yadkhulu, dakhalu yadkhuluna, dakhalta tadkhulu, dakhaltum tadkhuluna, dakhalat adkhulu, or dakhaltu adkhulu, dakhalna nadkhulu, dakhalat tadkhulu, udkhul udkhulu, la tadkhulu, la tadkhulu. Got it? Is this chart going to help you?
Yes.
In this chart, what you are getting, that you are getting at least the 6 patterns or 7 patterns of the Madi, and the seven pattern of the mudare, there are total 14 patterns. They are making a shortcut and they only giving you the amr and nahi. And look, what is the dakhala yadkhulu, that is the madi and mudare, and udkhul is the amr. Got it? Okay, inshallah, today is Thursday and you guys have a weekend coming. Now, how are you going to review this? Because if you don't review this, Monday we are going to do the next verses of Surah Al-Baqarah. So we will come back to this on next Thursday. If you do not do any review, what's going to happen? You're going to forget all of it. Got it? So how are we planning to retain this a little bit?
Viewing.
Go through the video. Review it. Okay. Yeah, that's a good plan. So let me, okay, look at this, this book. You have this book, right? This is the last thing I'm going to talk about and let you guys go because I know it's more than 10:07. Look at this. Past tense, imperfect tense, imperative, verbal noun, active participle, passive participle, past passive, imperfect passive. This is what we have covered today. Okay. So you can see this one, we were supposed to learn the family of fa'ala today, family number 3. So here's the example. Qatala, yuqatilu, qatil, muqatalatun, qitalun, muqatilun, muqatalun, qutilu, qutila, yuqatilu. So this is all what we have looked at today, that the name, the different family members, and then this is the pattern in front of you for this family. Once you know this, you're done. If you are reading this book, start reading from 337 or up to here. This one from here, page number 329. Can you write it down? Page number 329. This is how this book looks like. Okay, when you open it, go 329, enter. You will come here and then you will start to see these and then try to understand some of this. Can we do this review till next week?
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Jazakallah khairan, guys. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brother Arad, do the honors, please, make the dua.
Thank you.
الله وبحمده سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.
Jazakallah khair. Ameen. Okay, guys. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam. Jazakallah khair.
Yeah.
Where are we?